Can we just get to the bloody war already? Jesus Christ. Hello YouTube, I'm Darkest101, and can we just get to the part where you fucking kill each other already? Hello Hellsing, my old friend. The Hellsing OVA review has reached part 4 of its overall progress. If you haven't seen the previous 3 reviews, you may want to go check them out, otherwise you'll be kinda confused. If you've been here for a while, then I've stalled long enough. It's episode 4, bitches! No, not that one. Although Alucard in space will be something I may have forgotten to mention in my previous Hellsing reviews is that Kota Hirano's art style is pretty goddamn amazing and translates beautifully into the anime realm, especially with its pseudo 3D animations. While it may not be so amazing in the original Hellsing anime, here it's the best the anime genre has to offer. If I had to twist my arm and find one that looked better, I might say Attack on Titan, but even then it's pretty damn close. Everything in Hellsing Ultimate looks amazing and the detail in the work is incredible. Of course, this is kind of offset by some funky voice acting. Crispin Freeman does an amazing job as Alucard, don't get me wrong, but his delivery is a little drawn out. It's kind of like Bela Lugosi in the original Dracula movie.
Within this box is my own true kingdom. It's where I was born and where I'll die. I still see the same spirited young woman I met 50 years ago. Your Majesty.
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome. Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Wait a second. That actually makes a whole heap of sense if you read the manga from beginning to end. Funimation, you clever dicks! Alucard is a little drawn out, but Crispin Freeman's delivery is still top notch, but the rest of the cast are rather B-movie. Sarah sounds a little too American to me, like she's trying too hard to be British without sounding posh. Everyone else in England seems to have been raised on a family estate or comes from London. And do I even need to get started on the Major? I mean, honestly, have you actually heard that voice?
What a silly question, my beautiful Fraulein. Our purpose is a total absence of purpose.
It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine if the Major was the one who provided Christian Bale's Batman voice? This city just showed you it's full of good people, ready to believe in good. Yeah, let's be thankful that never got into the Nolan movies. The Major lands in Germany whilst Alucard and friends are still stranded in Brazil. Suddenly, however, Anderson appears out of nowhere. Now, here's where I started noticing something else on top of that dialogue we talked about earlier. And while Alucard's delivery is drawn out, there are also some very damn noticeable pauses between different lines, some very amateurish sound effects, and the action is very slow, especially with these pauses. Like here, for instance, where Alucard and Anderson are fighting. I'll show you all 3 of these problems right now. Yeah, hold on, can we play that part again? You know, the bit where they first punch each other? What, did someone drop an anvil in the background? Come on, Funimation, I expect that kind of shit from Looney Tunes. Anderson offers a trio passage back to England for a meeting of the Round Table with Enrico Maxwell and the Queen in attendance. Alucard then delivers the backstory of Millennium, the last battalion of 1,000 vampires set for a war unlike any other, commissioned by the late Führer. And speaking of the Führer, the conference is interrupted by the arrival of Warrant Officer Schrödinger. Okay, before any of you ask how that relates in any way to Hitler, let's just say I know that Koto Hirano created a questionable manga in which a cat girl created by the Doc was, I don't know what to say this, friggin' raped by Hitler. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. How does that relate to Schrödinger then? Well, Schrödinger was created from the concept of the cat girl created by the Doc. He wasn't Hitler's son. But none of that explains how the fuck this works.
They are useless against me. I'm everywhere and nowhere.
Oh hey, Schrödinger's voiced by Laura Bailey. Oh, for fuck off, you bastards! Schrödinger brings with him a portable TV screen that he uses to display the Major. Oh wait, no. He doesn't display it right away because we needed this absolutely necessary scene where Schrödinger can't get the screen to work for absolute comic effect. Okay guys, it should be pointed that Hellsing has quite a few of these moments. These B-movie cartoony moments that just steal all the seriousness out of the situation. Thankfully they do tend to die out after this point, but we still had to sit through Bernadette drinking coke like he's sucking on dick. The Major pretty much calls all out war on Hellsing and takes off in his Zeppelin, the Deus Ex Machina. At the same time, however, the Major sends one of his soldiers to claim a British ship, the Eagle, Rip Van Winkle. The ship is taken from within by Van Beek traitors, and Van Winkle lands without issue. And then of course she double crosses several crosses.
Silly creature.
Meanwhile, Alucard and Walter have a little bit of a chat.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask you, why did you turn Seras into a vampire? It just seems so out of character.
It wasn't my decision. Have you met her family yet?
She's orphaned.
Of course she is. Beneath that girlish exterior lies a fascinating and complicated creature. Abandoned to a town of death, her co-workers transformed into hungry, mocking visages of evil. A sadistic vampire hunting her down with the intention to rape and kill her. It was as close to hell as any mortal could imagine. And what does she do? What fate did she choose? Giving up is what kills people. Those who refuse to give up are entitled their time to trample upon the weak.
So now you're just waiting for her to drink blood. Is that right?
All in good time.
Whilst this is going on, Maxwell informs Anderson of the Pope's plans to initiate a crusade to purge England of Hellsing and of Millennium, only to move in when the war has properly begun, which appears to be approaching very quickly as Sir Integra and Walter plot a way to get Alucard aboard the Eagle, which involves perhaps the most die-hard plan ever. A nosedive from 85,000 feet at a speed of Mach 3. Holy shit, that is badass. Well, that's the specs of the SR-71 anyway, and it succeeds, Alucard coming face to face with Van Winkle. Dispatching of the remaining Millennium forces on board, Alucard faces off against a terrified Van Winkle. While her magic bullet appears to have him on the back foot, it doesn't last for long, and Alucard does what he does best. Break shit. And the rest of the episode is pretty much some German opera with the Major talking about how war gives him a hard-on. This is one of the slower episodes of the OVA, that's for sure. There's no real big climactic action sequence at the end. It does drag on a bit, especially towards the end, and altogether the second half of the episodes adds nothing to the overall plot. It just seems so drawn out with the time constraint that the whole episode suffers for it. With all that in mind, I think it's safe to say that episode 4 of Hellsing Ultimate receives a dart rating of 58.
Guess what I just caught?
But I hope you guys enjoyed. Next month it's Halloween, so hope you'll stick around for that. But as always, I've been Darkest101. You have been watching Darkest101 Reviews. Thanks for watching. Good night, YouTube.